As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner YouGov offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. YouGov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with YouGov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more.
We mentioned Netflix, so let's talk about Netflix, because Netflix back throwing their... do you not want to talk about this?
No, I absolutely do. I'm just going to juice on it.
You're going to juice on it.
He's ready.
See, this is better when you see what's coming.
I know. I should just come every time to the studio.
Then it would really look like Monday Night Football with the two of us.
Or Jimmy and I.
Lindsay will take the train up from DC every week also. Honestly,
every week.
Jimmy can fly here, expense it to your company.
Easy.
Send the jet. No. I'm not expensing.
The headline here from the Hollywood Reporter: Netflix buys Stranger Things Puzzle Tales game studio Next Games for $72 million. The Finnish mobile gaming company joins Night School Studio in the streaming giant's game developer portfolio. Another acquisition from Netflix, right? I think we all said this was going to feel like a little bit of a slow burn for them, slow entry, but $72 million acquisition. I mean, it's not 70 billion, but it's something. How are we all feeling about Netflix now in the gaming space, now that they've made two acquisitions? You know, they've bought the company that makes a game tied to an IP, which is one of their biggest, if not the biggest. Are you more? You said you wanted to juice on this, Jeff. So you're less bullish now?
No, I'm not less bullish. Let me rephrase. We live in a world where we have to give hot takes, right? Like the correct take here probably is this is a pretty smart incremental move by Netflix to make a little bit of a step into gaming, and it's a decent size acquisition. It'll give them some content, some revenue, some developers. That's not the take I want to give, because that's not that exciting. Like, you could read, Business Insider to get that take.
That's my take, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave that one to you. So nice.
This is it's not that exciting to me. Like, a 70 million acquisition where they're going to make mobile games on IP that they already have just doesn't really get me that excited. It's not a big splash acquisition like them going and buying Take-Two, where it's like, oh my God, like they are going to really be a gaming publisher and developer. And it's not a, something innovative where it's, hey, we're going to create a new IP and it's going to be connected to the Netflix show and you're going to be on your phone, and based on what you click, the show is going to change and you're going to interact and it's going to be augmented reality. Like, I don't know if they could execute on that, but that would be cool. Like, we'd be like, wow, is this going to work? Is it going to be a disaster? Blah, blah. This is like, you bought some company doing $26 million of revenue and they're going to make a mobile game based on Stranger Things, or they already have.
They already have. Just
I don't
to
know.
show how boring it is.
That's not that exciting to me.
Yeah, just to show how I guess to your point, how boring this is. I thought that they already owned the mobile company that made the Stranger Things game. So I was like, oh, guess they didn't.
Guess they didn't. But isn't this perfectly in line with they have not given any indication of wanting to go bold with their gaming strategy at all, right? Every indication has been it's another thing to include in the list of bullets with what you get with your Netflix subscription, so that when they continue to add $1 every couple of years, that it's justified because they're giving you more, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that perfectly in line with this strategy? And we can all agree it's boring.
The argument here,
it's consistent, right?
Perfect. It's milquetoast. It's milquetoast. It's just not. It's
no,
nothing.
it's not.
It's
No,
nothing.
that's not.
It's not
I disagree
exciting.
with that.
Jimmy,
Jimmy,
this is the most I've seen Jimmy disagree,
I know,
because he's not here.
And also, And also, Jimmy, before you start talking, you're wrong.
On the screen right now, I need to make up for it. I just disagree. You guys, Jeff, you're criticizing Netflix for not taking half-court shots when this is a slam dunk. You know, like you want this wow factor, this like massive thing. This is a slam dunk. This is them doubling down on what they had just recently done. This is a massive step continuing in that direction. It's one of their most famous properties. And they're not going to compete with Steam. They're not going to compete with Epic, but they are going to compete with other storytelling games. They're going to compete with the Apple Arcade, and this is a massive, massive double down. I love Owen's comment. I know we're a few behind, but I want to put it on the screen just because it's irrelevant.
Tom says, I agree.
Tom
Small
is right.
acquisition for Netflix. Owen says, Jimmy just juiced the juice.
Jimmy is wrong. Jimmy is wrong. Owen, you're wrong.
Jimmy bringing the heat.
And I'll tell you why you're all wrong.
Jimmy.
Because mobile games are free. So any strategy that is predicated on, we are going to put out a mobile game, and based on that, you will charge more for a Netflix subscription, is the wrong strategy. Mobile games are free. They have been free for a decade, and they will continue to be free.
I see. So
forever.
You're saying the end Netflix user is getting no value that they already didn't have before.
Yes.
Yeah, but do they know that? That's the bigger thing. You know, if your thing goes up by $1, they say now you have games. What do they get? They're not paying for the game.
And they will say, what games do I have? Are they better than what I can get in the App Store for free? And right now, the answer is definitely no. And it probably will continue to be no for a long time.
The games capture their attention, and Fortnite is free. And these games, like Netflix's games, can add that same in-game purchasable content for another revenue stream if they wanted. But it's really just about capturing. It's not about giving them new value. It's about keeping their attention, just staying in front of them. That's the hardest part, right? Making sure that they don't switch to go anywhere else.
You want a hot take, guys? You know what Netflix should buy?
What?
Not the company any of you are thinking.
Okay. I wasn't thinking of a company, so right on track.
Discord.
That would be so cool.
Because you want to talk about retention of subscribers. I think Jeff sort of convinced me a little bit that another free game maybe is not the greatest retention mechanism ever. But what might be a great retention mechanism is, hey, if you pay for a Netflix subscription and you're on Discord, you can watch the shows with your friends. You could, right? Like, and the friends who don't have subscriptions maybe can't watch. Or
Netflix, if you're listening, I would like this.
I think I could buy in, although I could probably name 5 other companies that would be a better fit for Discord to be acquired by, I think. I don't know if you disagree.
I mean, there's a lot of potential buyers for Discord because
it's a great asset.
It's a great asset, but yeah, in the context of Netflix,
I do love I think what you're saying makes a ton of sense. Discord is a great asset. I just think it would be a better fit with other companies.
SEO says, yo.
Wait, can you put up the thing about the Manning cast? Because that made me happy too.
Oh, where? Did I miss it?
Chat is lit right now.
Owen says, for all the NFL guys out there, this is the Manning cast of esports. It's glorious.
I love the Manning cast. So thank you, Owen.
No high five.
Am I the only one who doesn't get the reference?
Yes, you're the only one.
Is it really
is it a meat sport thing?
There's these things called the Mannings in the meat sport called the NFL.
I am. I haven't been lucky enough to have dinner with them, but I
haven't had steak with Eli lately.
Jason says, it seems like they're experimenting with various game genres with this acquisition, but reinforcing their position on having gaming IP that reinforces their original content IP. It's a great, I think, theory or thesis as to their strategy, but like the end goal still has to be, I would think, Jason, retention, no? Like keeping subscribers longer, or at least being able to charge them more for the same subscription. Because why else? Like, what would be the benefit to reinforcing the original content IP? Like, I totally agree. This is a super eloquent way, I think, of talking about their thesis.
I think Jason's absolutely right. It's just with a mobile game. I just don't think you get that with a free mobile game.
Yeah. Marie says, I jumped out of my seat because of how vehemently Jimmy disagreed.
That was awesome. I would like more of that energy, Jimmy.
Polar Knight says, sweet mother of God, it is the perfect evolution of beards, the lady not included.
Here, I can duck.
I don't get it, but I love it.
Like you guys.
I mean, who is who's in the middle and
Paul
who's
is the most evolved. Jimmy's in the middle.
Oh, it took me a while to think through that. Like, I'm ashamed of how slow I got that.
I like that, Polar Knights. Tom says, interesting about the mobile aspect. Maybe Netflix is paying more attention on their mobile footprint.
I mean, that's what I thought this whole time.
I wonder, I actually don't know. Do we have the data in terms of what percentage of Netflix subscribers spend most of their time in the mobile app versus like on a TV? I don't actually know. That would be interesting
for you, Doug.
There you go. You know what I think Netflix should do, and you guys will like this, you guys on the panel here. Netflix should buy sports rights, and namely F1, right? They already have the show. That's a retention thing. If there are rabid F1 fans that watch that F1 show, if you put F1 exclusively on Netflix, you're going to continue to subscribe. And if they did that with the NFL, I would continue to subscribe. That's what they should be doing. This strategy with gaming, it needs to be ARPU generating. And right now what they're doing, the retention play is not going to work with gaming because they're giving away something that is already free.
Yeah, for the most part. Tom says, oh yeah, sorry, I read this one. Polar Knight says, as a woman, I love football. All those big men playing with balls all day. I get you guys.
Right there with
you. Tom says, yes, retention is their main goal as there aren't many people left to sign up. Tom, that's sort of the dirty secret of Netflix's business, is that subscriber growth is slowing, if not plateauing.
I agree. I was going to say when you have that situation, then ARPU increase should be their main goal.
Yeah,
plus
but
retention. It's both, obviously.
And when I say retention, I also mean retaining customers when you raise the price.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yes.
Kevin says the more integrated Netflix can be into your life, the longer it will survive. Before the pandemic, mobile Netflix and big enough phones were really popular, could be more relevant in 2024 or 2026. I mean, is Netflix, can Netflix possibly get any more integrated in our lives?
Well, I when I was going into an office and going into the gym, I was watching it on my phone. I guess now I just watch it way more on my TV. So maybe the mobile.
But I feel like they're everywhere, right? They're on every platform, browser, mobile, TV, like you name it. Like, is there anywhere where Netflix doesn't have penetration?
I'll follow Reed Hastings anywhere.